Hello everyone, it's nice to meet you again. Thank you very much for visiting my channel. In this occasion, I'm going to talk about writing for classmates or sharing drafts. You ready to listen about writing for classmates or sharing drafts? Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, your most probable school audience is your peers. More and more teachers are finding value in asking students to read each other's writing, both in draft stages and in final form. You will most likely be asked to share your writing with other students in your writing class, where both composing and critics papers are everybody's business. Don't be surprised if your teachers ask you to do the same thing in your own classroom or in your online class. But you could initiate such sharing yourself, regardless of whether your teacher suggested. The benefits will be worth it. By the way, writing to other students and you're reading their work is distinctly different from simply talking to each other. Written communication demands a precision and clarity that oral communication does not. When you share your writing with a peer, you will be most aware of where your language is pretentious or your arguments stretch too thin. If you ask for feedback, an honest classmate will give it to you before your teacher has to. I think that students see common handling as readily as teachers do and are equally put off by it. What's the point in writing applications? Well, there are some of the possible ways to make sharing drafts profitable. The way number one is that you have to choose people you trust and respect to your draft. Offer to read theirs in return. Set aside enough time. Offer copy in the sidebar to written drafts and explain your responses solely to each other. The way number two is that when possible, you decide when your draft is ready to share. I don't want someone to see a draft too early because I already know how I'm going to continue to fix it. Other times when I am far along in the process, I don't want a response that suggests that I start all over. There's a balance here. It's better that I seek help on the draft before I become too fond of it. When I tend to get passive and to receive good ideas, and that might otherwise happen. The way number three is that ask for specific responses on early drafts. Do you want an overall reaction? Do you have a question about a specific section of your paper? Do you want to help with a particular intricate argument? Do you want a simple editing or proofreading help? When you share draft and specify that the help you want, you stay in control of the process and lessen the risk that your readers will say something about your text that could make you defensive. For example, I'm very keen about my writing. I could lose confidence fast if I share my writing with non-sport people who say anything they like about my work. The way number four is when you comment over someone else's paper, use a pencil and be gentle. Remember how you feel about red ink, bad association, offset the advantages of contrasting color. And remember that ink is permanent. Most writers can help but see their writing as an extension of themselves. Writing is in erasable pencil suggests rather than commands that changes might rather than must be made. The choice to do so remains where it should, with the writer rather than the reader. The last but not the least is ask a friend with a good language skills to proofread your paper before submission. Most readers can identify problems, incorrectness, clarity, and meaning more easily in another person's work than in their own. When students read and respond to or critique each other's writing, they learn to identify problems in style, punctuation, and evidence that also may occur in their art, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all about the possible ways to make sharing drafts profitable. Thank you very much for listening and watching. I'll see you again in the next related video. Have a great day.